Good morning and welcome to another edition of the Daily Fix. I am your usual host and presenter, Advocate Tulo Hoyane. Today I would like us to round up the issues in the statement that was recorded by Malesela Tifo and which was dictated to him by Longwe Twala. One of the startling disclosures that I picked up from that letter, I will not be reading from the letter today, is that Longwe Twala says, I do not know any of the 5 people who are now facing charges of murder in relation to the killing of Senzo Meyiwa. He says he doesn't know them at all. He never saw them on that fateful night when Senzo got killed. That is one side of the story. He also goes on to say the firearm that he had brought to Kelly Kumalo's home. Remember, he has earlier on said he brought this firearm there. It was a stolen firearm. He had stolen it from his father and went with it to Kelly Kumalo's home to go and scare either Tumelo Matlala or Mtokozisi Twala, because he suspected rather that one of them was involved in an affair with Zandi Kumalo. So he says that this firearm which he had brought to that party or to Kelly Kumalo's home was later on, Major General Sibiya was later on instructed by Kelly Kumalo. And he says, Kelly Kumalo told me that he had instructed Major General Sibiya to take that firearm because this was an illegal firearm. In other words, it was an unlicensed firearm. That is what Longwe says. And so it is that up to today, we have never seen that firearm pitch up anywhere. The narrative of 636 rather, that is unfolding in court will never make mention of this firearm. It is not part of those proceedings. But that is what Longwe Twala has for us. Now, remember, let us go back to former Constable Tlapadima. One of the startling disclosures or shocking disclosures that Tlapadima made was that the crime scene was tampered with. The crime scene was disturbed so that it was impossible to undertake a proper investigation. This is one of the things that Tlapadima raises most strongly. Because I asked him, okay, you were sold a story, and apparently you are saying that this story was not true. You are just thrown off the trail. What would you have done differently? And he said to me, there was not much that I could have done differently because the scene was tampered with. That scene was never cordoned off. That place was never ever treated like a crime scene. People just came in and walked out of there. Cleaning is supposed to have taken place. Now comes up the issue of Longwe's firearm. That firearm, in all that confusion, in all that was happening there, that firearm ended up disappearing. This is the story. This is the narrative. This is what we have. And this is what I have brought you. You be the judge. These are some of the issues which have, clouded the controversies around the investigation into the death of Senzo Meyiwa. It is a very sad indictment on the way the police conduct their work, or in the manner in which the manner in which this particular investigation was undertaken. Leaves much to be desired. Leaves much to be desired. But I said, this is not just a talk show. This is an action show. You will recall that a few days ago, in one of my episodes, I promised you that I would be writing a letter to the Minister of Justice, Thembisi Melane. And I also promised that I would copy that letter to the State President, Cyril Matamela Ramaphosa. That letter is ready. And I will again, in the next episode, read you now, and find the fine-tuned version of the letter. I will actually read it to you. This is why I'm saying this is not just another talk show. Action must be taken. Now, another thing is, once this letter has been dispatched to the Minister of Justice, I may or may not get a response. I'm not very positive that I'll get a response, but I do not want to preempt anything. But either way, whether I get a response or not, there is still a way forward. There are other steps to be pursued beyond that letter. That letter simply seeks to say, we, the people of South Africa, are concerned about whether justice is being served in the Senzo Meyiwa matter. That is the most important point that letter makes. And that should there be any intervention of any sort, something be done to bring some of these injustices to an end. So in my next episode, look forward to that letter. Look forward to that letter. I will also be raising issues around, the investigation itself. The investigation itself. But the mere existence of two dockets in respect of one murder investigation surely leaves the whole thing hanging in the air. How in the first place the police could have opened two dockets in respect of one murder investigation is a mystery that will take years to resolve. This is that situation. The mere existence of two dockets has put us where we are. If it was not for the fact that two dockets have been opened in this matter, we would not be having all these conversations. We would have a clear-cut case of what happened to Senzo Meyiwa on that fateful day. But if, like they say, if wishes were horses, beggars would ride. We can wish that, but the reality is that we have two dockets. Now, one wonders, where does justice lie here? But I think somewhere between those two dockets lies the truth. The truth lies somewhere. Something happened to Senzo. Somebody did something to Senzo. And the facts are piling up and piling up. Something happened to Senzo, and justice must take its course. Having said that, let me thank you very much for your subscription and the views that I'm seeing. But you are still not making it one view, one subscription. I've said, and I will say so now, that to subscribe is free. What is holding you back from subscribing? I mean, if you can watch a video like this one for close on 10 minutes, Why can't you just click away? It's a way of saying thank you. That click matters because it says to me there are people out there behind you. Please kindly subscribe and have a nice day.